top 4 list where legends never die. Video games, movies, sports on the line. Your favorites carved in stone divine. It's all about your top 4, nothing more. Rushmore show kicking down the door. Ranking the icons, the greats we adore. It's all about your top 4, nothing more.
Well, it's the Rushmore show where it's all about your top 4 and nothing more. What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. Let's get through the chat and see who's here. Barry, if you're still out there, we love you to death. B2, Girl Dad, why are you on that side of the world and not over here? As you guys can see, I am running solo, Han Solo today because Girl Dad, pointing the wrong direction, that way. He is out at camp. Speaking of camp, next week, Andy and I are at camp, so we won't have a Thursday show, and I'll tell you when that show's coming here in a second, but let's talk to the rest of these people. Fat Boy, 10 like hype in the house. Hit that like button if you love what we're doing. Iceberg Media. Arkansas Picker is always late. Well, Iceberg, thanks for being here, and everybody else that's in the chat. This little ditty is for you. For being in the Summit Swap. That just says that you're a part of the crew tonight, and we'd love for you to be a part of the crew every Thursday night. We go live around 8-ish Eastern Time, 7 Central. Give or take a few minutes, depending on how the how we're meeting in the back green room. But hey, here's the deal. Follow along with us in the chat. We are talking top 4 at the Rushmore show. And today, I'll tell you about the little bit of announcement here in a little bit of actually what we're doing. But let's talk about the week, man. The week is gone great. We started Nostalgia last week, and it was a great show. Not only did we do Nostalgia, Andy is doing All In for Argentina. He put out a few videos, those couple shorts of him doing some things to raise money to go to Argentina as a person of the cloth. Man, he's going to be a missionary, which is what I am over here in Atlanta, and he's going to do a mission trip to help build a church, which he does every fall for the last 4 or 5 years, and visiting some friends out there. And if you help him get his way, All In for Argentina on Facebook and all the other places, you can see the funny stuff he's doing. Because of all the stuff that was happening this week, we had an influx of new friends. We had an influx of people coming on. He also did a 4th of July and a Canada Day short. We did some stuff, and we went live and had some fun. And so there are some new people here, and I'm sure there's some new people here because of our guests. We have some great guests this week, and I don't have my partner, so it's going to be hard to scroll up and see all the things being said. But Iceberg, thanks for being here. Follow along with us. Drop your top 4 as we go. And so with that being said, I think we should get our people out here, our friends that have been invited to the show. Now, we actually have 3 coming on because we have someone that is replacing Andy. I mean, if he can be replaced. But we have a great pick to bring on a third person. All 3 are video game creators. We're going to talk video games today. We're going to talk about your top 4 cheats, tricks, tips, whatever, glitches that you might have found, ways to accomplish a video game. Top 4 tricks, tips, cheats in video game history. Let's get it. All right, so top 4 cheats in video games. And this is a hard one. When it comes up to video game cheats, I'm a very retro guy. I'm looking way back in the original days of, for me, which was, Atari and Nintendo and Genesis. But, our panel might bring on some newer stuff. And there is a lot of different ways to find those cheats. Nowadays, you just kind of type it in the the old Google or the internet. But back in the day, you needed other ways. The talk at the schoolyard, the magazines, whatever it was, to find these cheats and trips, or figure them out yourself, or know the developer, if you will, which some people actually have done that. So let's get our guest out today. Let's get our criteria down and run through what is going to be an amazing show. Welcoming to the show, we'll go first hand. Our first speaker tonight is going to be Erica from MXS Retro. Welcome to the panel. Our next on board is going to be Brandon, Arkansas Picker, to the panel. Welcome, Picker. And last but certainly not least, late fill-in. He's ready to be Andy tonight. Welcome to the show, Matt, which is Dusty Flotilla. Let's switch this panel like this, just so we understand what's happening here. And because I'm Han Solo tonight, I need all the help I can get. So, hey, welcome, guys. Let's go Erica first. Erica, I think I found you because you liked a post of somebody else that was a creator of mine on the show. And so just like you guys, I share every week on our Instagram and our Facebook. And as you can see, all the stuff scrolling at the bottom if you don't know. And I think either you liked it or you were tagged in something, and I liked yours. And I was like, oh, this is another cool creator. And I just sent a DM and it's like, hey, we love your content. Would you like to be on the show? And you were so gracious in saying yes. Can you do us a favor? Welcome to the Summit Squad. Can you share with our people in the chat? And I'll get to you guys in the chat. Don't go nowhere. I see some new friends. Will you share what your world is all at MXS Retro?
Yeah. Well, what I do here is just I buy a bunch of video games. Well, really what I like to do is I go thrifting and I post about it. I've gone thrifting my whole life. And then about 2021, I started filming it. And so started off on TikTok, kind of migrated to Instagram, went to YouTube, and I am MXS Retro on everything. So check me out, guys.
Awesome. That's great. And yeah, everybody, if you have a wrench, and if you don't have a wrench, be patient. I'll shoot you one. If you have a wrench, you guys can start typing in your channels in the chat, and you can start following each other, supporting each other. That's what this community is all about. Hello, David. I see you, David. David runs the Augusta Expo, Video Game Expo, convention here in Georgia. You guys should want and get connected with him. Does Mike Vick Madden 03 count as a cheat code? Kind of. It does, Andy. So I'll be Batman for the day. So Andy is doing his thing and raise money, and he let his youth group pick on a spin wheel, and it landed on Batman for a day. So all day Sunday at church and in the grocery stores and wherever he goes, he's got to be Batman. So Patrick over on the Facebook side, thanks for being here. We love you, man. Sean has been on a guest plenty of times. Real life perspective show, loves retro things. Guys, go check him out. Bud Files, always great in the community, always shouting people out in their channel. Poetically Christian Gamer, PCG, thanks for being here. Everybody, if you don't know, video game creator here. He is legally blind. His wife is battling cancer, and he goes online to show if kids, for different games, if they're safe for kids to play as a Christian. And he loves fighting games like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and all that. Go check his channel out. Iceberg, I see you there, man. Guess my face will just be there the whole show. My bad, man. Got you off. Look, I'm taking it right off. And obviously, Dusty's in the house. Anonymous is here. Yo. Hey, Arkansas Picker. Picker saying hello. And speaking of Picker saying hello, and I'm going to get to the rest of you guys. Brandon, you're up next, man. Picker, tell us about your creation, what you got on your side of the world. Tell us about some conventions, and shops, and scripts, and all the other things.
So, Arkansas Picker. My name's Brandon. A lot like Erica, I've been thrifting my entire life, and like right during COVID, I kind of started a little reselling business, and at the same time, I started a YouTube channel to like document it because I like making videos for my mom to watch. Honestly, really, that's kind of how it started out. Anyways, I don't know. I started really what helped me a lot was going to conventions. I went to conventions and started meeting people and networking, and I got more into video games than like eBay stuff, and it just kind of snowballed. And now I just do video games and I do conventions. I have a little store. I have a flea market booth. So a bunch of cool old stuff is it's what I shoot for.
Whoa! All right. So look, we got a membership bomb gifted an Arkansas Picker membership over on Arkansas Picker side.
What?
Anonymous boss,
Thanks.
way to go, man! Thanks for being here. We
That's
appreciate
awesome.
it. I know on our side, here's the deal. Since that is already thrown out on our side, let me get you off the screen. Thanks for being here, Brandon.
Absolutely.
On our side, if you come and be a member, there's two things. There's a link level, which is just like $1, and there's like the George level, which is like $2. If you're at the George level, we will play a promo for your channel, for your whatever, every week on our spot when it comes to the break, and then we will shout out all the other ones. And also, you get to pick what we call Retro Revisited, Rewind, Rushmore Revisited, Retro Rewind, all these R's.
Yeah.
Rushmore Revisited, where we're going to go back, and Andy's actually done a couple. We go back into an old show and redo it with new eyeballs. Like one, he did the Nintendo 64 games, and then he started collecting them, and he had to go back and change his list because his list was not as great. So you got to, if you ever do that, you get to do one of those. Here's the big deal: you don't have to be a member to get anything. We don't have membership-only videos. Everybody gets to see all the videos. The idea is whatever goes in, this helps us get to more conventions and share the gospel. And you guys know we're youth pastors at heart. So if you put it in there, it just helps Andy and I to get back. We'll talk more about the conventions here in a little bit. And we just totally appreciate anybody that joins in. Arkansas Nose Picker is in the house. Lopez, drummer. So yeah, and I'm friends with Retro Wolf over on his channel. So Anonymous, Retro Wolf was actually on our show back in February. So he was on the show with Pac-Man the same day. So last but not least, let's get our replacement for Andy today, Dusty Flotilla, a.k.a. Matt, or no, the other way around, right? Matt, a.k.a. Dusty Flotilla. Welcome to the show again. You were just here like 3 weeks ago. Thanks for jumping back on. We appreciate you being in the chat. Tell us about your channel and everything you're doing. We can't hear you. We can't hear you, Matt.
Yeah.
I muted myself
There you
earlier.
go.
I forgot. Sorry, that was my bad. Thanks again for having me on. It's nice to be back. And my name's Matt, and I'm known as Dusty Flotilla everywhere, literally every social media, including my YouTube channel. I'm huge into pop culture and have been all my life. Movies, TV, video games, God knows what else. I also have a really bad addiction to collecting Pokemon cards, and I have a lot of that on my channel right now. I'm still fairly new, but I'm growing pretty quickly.
Yeah, this guy. Wait, so you are what, like 5 months in now, if that?
February 18th, I started my first one.
February 18th, and he's about to hit 9,000 subscribers. So
I'm low 8,000s right now, but yeah, it blew up. It really did.
yeah, he's like on fire. If you guys want to know how to do it, just go follow his 7 videos he has on his channel. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not that many.
I have 20 now. I did about almost 90 hours of streaming the past 10 or 11 days prior.
Yeah, so 20 videos, and he's done 9 times what we've done in 4 years. That's awesome. So that's pretty fun. Hey, Waves and Games is here. Go, Matt, go. That's Peter. Wes Malone, thanks for being here. Again, welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm going to throw some wrenches out here in a second when we get to talking about criteria. So, oh, by the way, I saw 28 in the chat. Mort's Garage has the record, 42 in the chat. So, look, if you guys want to beat Mort's record, you gotta get the 42. So here's the deal. when we start the show, we start at Rosie, which is Roosevelt, and work our way up the mountain. And Roosevelt will be number 4. But before you tell us who your Rosie is, you kind of got to tell us why. And we call it the criteria.
Right.
So the criteria is basically this. And I use sports analogy because most of us at least know this guy, no matter if you like him or not. But if I throw out the name Tom Brady, many people will either scowl or be like, oh, yeah, he's the greatest of all time. But that doesn't mean he's on your mountain. And that's what our show is all about. No matter if you think he's great or not or whatever, your mountain is your mountain. And so your top 4 is your favorites, your best, your whatever. And that's because of your criteria. If you live in New York, you probably won't have Tom Brady there unless you're a troll. Because if you're a Jets fan or a Giants fan, the Giants beat him twice in the championship, and the Jets hardly ever beat him ever. And so you probably don't have him there. If you're like where we're from in New Orleans, there was a big rivalry between him and Drew Brees for the same amount of time, and we don't like him because we like Drew Brees. And that's just how it is. So today we are going to talk our top favorite cheats and tricks, but not everybody might have the best cheat or trick on there because it is very relevant to you. Usually it's where you've been raised, how old your family is, what state you're from, like how old are you, what you watched as a kid, what system you had as a kid. Those are going to be the things that make your criteria. So with that being said, Erica, you're first. Tell us a little bit about your criteria, how you put your list together today. And then you can jump right in. We call it Roosevelt, and give us your number 4.
Okay. Well, there's not a lot of rhyme or reason to mine.
Cool.
So most women won't tell you their age. I'm 39. So I grew up playing the NES, SNES, but I played a lot of PC as well. So you're going to have to forgive me. I did put some PC coming up.
All good.
But some might not agree with me saying that this is a number 4. But for me, because I have other games that I played a lot more that are near and dear to my heart. So for me, my number 4, which is something that I wish I knew as a kid because it would have saved me a lot of stress, is a Super Mario cheat. Well, I guess it's a cheat. For the original Super Mario game, when you hold A and press start when you have a game over. Do you guys know that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Continue.
That one's a lifesaver where you continue in the same world rather than going back to 1-1. Like if you die in like 8-3 and you go back to 8-1 instead, like that one would have saved me so much stress and heartache as a kid.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's a number 4 for me because I like to play that a lot. Like that's like a comfort game. So I like to just kind of randomly play that. So I play that.
That's why I don't control the cameras.
Whoops. I was like, I wasn't sure if I was on or not. So yeah, I like to play that a lot now. And so I use that a lot. So I guess that would be
so
a top
Mario
4.
kind of connects us all. Mario, Sonic, whatever it is. If you're a Nintendo guy or a Genesis guy, you still get connected by some of these main games.
Yeah.
And Mario, I don't know when I learned that code. Probably when the internet happened in the late 90s. Where like it didn't happen in the late 90s, but like I remember in the late 90s researching like video games.
Right, yeah, printing out stuff.
Just printing out sheets. As a matter of fact, I brought some of those same sheets I printed as a kid.
Oh, hold on.
And,
no, go ahead.
I got some of them
GTA.
today. So, this particular one here is, let's see what this is.
Great.
Oh, this is character moves for Darkstalkers. That's
wow.
The old yellow paper.
I can't find mine.
But I have
mine in a little folder.
here's the whole stack of it. Everybody's cheat list. Print them out. Yeah, so we did that, right?
Yeah.
So like that might have been when I found out. Or maybe a Nintendo Power or something. But I remember as a kid, Erica, this isn't on my list today. It was a Benjamin. So this one's going to be gone for me. I'm not going to get it later in the game. But I remember as a kid leaving my Nintendo on all night.
Yeah, I used to do that
yeah.
too. I used to do that too. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Because we didn't have
I'd
the
try to
battery,
keep a.
right?
We'd play Monopoly, and I'd try to keep a Monopoly game going for like days.
Ever.
Yeah.
I remember like waking up for school and like hurrying up and playing a little bit.
Yeah.
And then like pausing it, coming back, and the
Yeah.
game is just running which is
yeah.
crazy. I still have that brick of a system and it hasn't fallen apart.
That's awesome.
They don't make them like
Yeah.
that anymore. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's cool.
man, this is a great pick. Dusty, what you think about this one?
It was a good one. Definitely brings back some memories, to be honest with you.
My number 4, Waves and Games says, is the Lion King on SNES level. Select Barry on the main menu.
I didn't know that one.
So
that was a game I played.
BARRY. So Waves and Games. What was the tip that did for you? Picking Barry. Doesn't that send you to like another level or something?
Does it get past the monkeys?
Do they get past the monkeys? hey, we're the monkeys. That level's just been synonymously one of the hardest levels ever, right?
Yes.
And anytime we can get past that would help. Anonymous Boss says, my Nintendo 64 games are right with me. I had sealed Pokemon Stadium 2 until I opened it a couple years ago. Oh, man.
Had to break it
Level
out.
select sheet. So yeah. So I watched Waves and Games. I watched Captain Algebra, your guy, play this the other day. And it opens a developer window that lets you pick whatever level you want. Isaac is in the house. Isaac, man, we miss you. Thanks for being here. Isaac was going to be on the show last summer. He's just a great dude.
On my videos a lot.
Yeah, man. Isaac's a great guy. Isaac, we got a great panel today. Go follow them all. Brandon, did you say anything about this one? The select on the second controller. Do you remember this?
I don't remember that one. Most of the cheats and tricks I remember from from Mario games is Mario Bros. 3. That's probably my most played one.
Yeah.
Like that was so no. The one I remember from the original Super Mario Bros. Is the second level of the first world. You can go behind. You can get
warp,
on
right?
top of the ceiling, and then you can go to warp.
Somebody might actually mention that one today for theirs, because that's a good one. It's not on for me, but here's the deal, Brandon. You're up next, right?
Mhm.
So tell us your criteria, and then or picker, I guess, and tell us your criteria, and then you can jump into your Rosie. What's your number 4? The funny thing is, if you've ever been on this show multiple times, we've had some people that's been on like 10 times. They'll tell you the hardest one is number 4. You usually know number 1. You're like, what? If I put this one here, then this one won't be on. So What is your number 4? What's your criteria today? And let us get started with you.
So my criteria is it's really kind of just two things. It's ones that I remember using the most. And then it's also ones that were funny to me because there was a few that cracked me up. My number 4, and I wrote them all down, and then I forgot that I needed to number them, so then I just numbered them. But I'm confident with this one being my number 4. The GTA 3 and GTA Vice City flying car mod.
Yes.
I used that one so much. I thought it was hilarious, but also I used it to cheat. Like sometimes I'd like just flying around in them, but like I would use them to cheat. Like I remember going to the second island, just flying over the river, going to the second island and landing and just getting annihilated because you immediately go into like 6 stars whenever you do it when you're not supposed to. That one, me and my little cousin, that one cracked us both up a lot because you could spawn in a tank and you could fly the tank, and we thought that was the coolest and most hilarious thing ever.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's my Roosevelt, right?
Square pegs in the house.
Uh-oh.
What's up, Jay? Jay's going to be back on the show in sports. He wanted to do sports logos. I'll be reaching out to you soon about getting that getting that back together, Jay. And yeah, 3 amazing guests. You're right, man. It is. Banger of a T-shirt there, Picker. Girl Dad says that. That's Andy, by the way. And Tater, welcome to the show. Welcome. Come on in and enjoy the water. It's nice. SquarePants, cannot wait to be back. We can't wait to have you. So we're gonna do sports logos. If anybody likes sports and wants to be on with Jay, let me know. But what do you guys think about this? You GTA fans over here? Erica,
Played a lot.
I haven't played since Vice City, to be honest with you, as much as I play a lot of games personally. But I just kind of got out of it myself. But I'm waiting for 6, so I think that's going to be really good. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's literally what I was gonna say. I
It looks
played a lot of
insane.
San Andreas and Vice City, but I didn't play much after that. But
Yeah.
I was a menace to society in those games. I never played like the missions, but I would just go around and just destroy everything and just cause chaos. But I would use I'd use the cheats to bring down my stars and get the guns. And
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about putting that on the list. But yeah,
Now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder now if I should go beat it again without cheating, because I'm pretty sure the only time I've ever beaten any of those games was cheating. Like I want to go back and not cheat, redeem myself, so that I'm a real gamer.
So I will just say this: I'm not a real gamer. I love games, but I am never really good at them. I love these games. I have all of them. So the one system I collect is PS2, and so I have a lot of the older PS2 games from when I was younger. And I remember I actually had eye surgery, and I was playing Vice City. I remember that very distinctly. But I don't think I ever beat either one of these games. But just like Erica said, I was a menace to society. Like it was all about what I could destroy, how many stars I could get up and try and get away. That whole thing, like, let's get the cops chasing us and see if I can get away. That was the whole, they killed me, start over. Let's see if I can do it again. Yeah, I remember doing that over and over again. I liked the missions, but after a certain spot, they get really difficult. And then usually that's about the time I just start doing exploring the level and finding everything I can. I love trying to collect the best cars and put them in your garage, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
That. But I love these games; they're fun. But I never have beaten them.
Yeah, I always went in with a specific plan. I'd find a parking garage and I would park a bunch of cars in the opening, and I'd have like all the best weapons, and I'd get like not at the top because I didn't want the police helicopter to get me. I'd get like right in the middle, and I would just pick people off.
That's so smart. I didn't think of that.
Yeah,
I did the same thing, but I was just there in GTA 3. There's a warehouse district, and I found out if I stood on that warehouse, I could get pretty far. Like I treated it like it was zombies.
Jay loves your shirt there, Matt.
It was the best place to get to not have the cops get me for I put a bunch of cars in the opening, and they.
That's funny that you thought ahead and
anonymous.
And I'm a normal person in society now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Anonymous says he's going to buy a GTA Vice City just to play it for fun. I still have Pokemon Emerald cartridges right here with me. That's awesome.
A good. Oh yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah.
Tater Tot, old Tater says Vice City and San Andreas are legendary. Yes, they are. They're both great games, fantastic games. So all right, Matt. You know the drill, man. It is your turn. We're going to call you Andy today. Speaking of Andy, I have Andy's I have Andy's list here. Andy actually sent me his list just to kind of shout it out, at least his top 4. But he's in the chat. If he stays in the chat, he could do it himself. So, Matt, you're up. What is your number? Well, first, what's your criteria? What were you thinking? And then tell us your number 4.
So the criteria for me was games that I played to death, and I either still play from the series or I'm still fondly in love with if they're not making games. But all 4 of this that I picked for the top 4 are definitely still relevant today. And one of the criteria I wanted is I did want to pick one game from the PC back in the day because it was first on the PC anyway. So It's relevant to every system nowadays, but it was originally first on the computer, on PC. And my number 4 with that is Doom, the IDKFA cheat, which gives you all weapons, armor, and health.
This is an old school. This is old school
Day
right
one.
here. I
Yep,
remember this tremendously.
Floppy
Now,
disks.
This is one of those ones like, how did we find that out? Like, I
have no clue, honestly. I can't remember.
Like, it got leaked somewhere somehow, but like, I know anybody that's watching that is maybe younger than 30. If you're out there, you just don't remember a time where there wasn't a phone in your pocket, and like you could just pull out right now and be like, hey, what's the Doom cheat code? Like, you played these games for hours and hours and hours and hours. That is a great one. What's up, Denny? Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. We're talking top 4 cheats in video games. Denny's all the way from the other side of the pond. And so welcome on over, my friend. What time is it over there? So, yeah, you guys like Doom? You like this cheat? It's a good start, man.
I didn't play the first Doom until like 3 years ago. Like I played Doom 2016, and then I was like, all right, I gotta go back. I did the same thing with Fallout. But anyways, I went backwards. But it's worth it because some of those old PC games have a charm that like will probably never get recaptured. It's a special time and a special place. But yeah, I don't think I ever beat the original Doom. But I played it and I streamed it several times, and just me and everybody was watching. They couldn't believe I'd never played it, so it was like it was cool for them to watch me like experience it for the first time.
So Denny says, as a younger gamer, I can confirm I always use phones to help me cheat. Yeah. And Tater says the Mortal Kombat Blood Code probably going to be mentioned today somewhere. I have skipped many PS2 3 games, so I will have to go catch up slowly.
Yeah.
Tater, I was just playing Doom 2 with my son earlier. Yeah.
Cool.
And
Cool.
David's back. David, here's some people you want to connect with. David actually is the Augusta Video Game Expo organizer. He just announced his first guest.
I met David a few months ago.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Really cool dude.
That's cool.
So, Retro Snowman, thanks for being here. The first time I played Doom was on the 3D.
Ooh.
Good way to play it. Good way to play it, too.
That's a cool way to
That's
play.
crazy.
The older version, yeah. Mhm.
That's cool.
So I'm going to get started. So my criteria is really simple, guys. These were games I loved as a kid. We all know I'm 46, so I'm an 80s kid. I was born in 78. I had the Nintendo, probably not opening weekend, but like a month in. I remember just brutally going through a lot of those games. My neighbor, my kid across the street, he had a Master System. And then I remember my best friend, who probably will show up here soon. My best friend, his name's Kevin. He knows more about video games than any person I've ever met in my life. He had a collection like you guys have when we were a kid. And I used to like go to his house and be like, how do you have all this? And so we got to play a lot of games. And I remember like the day that you learn these codes, like Erica said, Mario was brutal and it was really hard to do that. But I'm going to start not Rushmore with you, Erica, but close. I'm coming. All mine are going to be games from my childhood, right? And it helped me to actually either beat the game, or it helped me get there, or it was one of my go-tos, right? So that's kind of my big deal. Number 1, I'm going with Super Mario Brothers. I'm going with the Unlimited Lives Turtle cheat on 3-1, and I don't remember how I learned this. I feel like I did it on accident, or somebody was
could
there.
have been. Very well could have been.
And I was like, what is happening? But if you guys remember, for all the newbies, there's a turtle on 3-1 that's coming down that kind of pyramid to graze up to the flag, and he's coming down, and about halfway down, if you hit him just right, Mario will keep bouncing off him over and over again to signify the unlimited thing. You could let it go until the timer ran out,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And then you would go when the timer ran out, you'd go get a drink or whatever, you come back, and now all of a sudden, the next time you played, instead of having like 6 men, you had square or triangle or whatever weird code they put in.
Yeah.
And that's literally probably how I beat the game for the first time, dying over and over again, but never was worried about it because you have literally probably 600 men.
Yeah.
And that's going to be my first one. It was a big deal. We talked kind of about Mario staying paused or like on all night long, and this is how I kept playing. And my first time I ever beat the game, I probably did this cheat in 3-1, and then probably caught the warp zone in 4 and gone on over to 8 and finally beat it. But yeah, I'm going with the Turtles 1-up cheat for my number 4, my Rosie. What do you guys think about that one?
Yep.
Yeah, that's one I considered. I don't even think it's on anything I have, but I thought about it because I do remember that one very fondly as well. So,
hey, Carla, just saw Carla over in another chat. Thanks for being here. He was over at Fat Boy's house. Carla, I'm going to throw you a wrench because this is the first time you're here. Welcome to the Summit Squad. Let me also give you this, Carla, because I just subbed your channel today, being over there at Fat Boy's. Thanks for being here. Welcome. So, with that being said, we are we're past the first level.
Nice.
And because Andy's not here, obviously Andy's the one that talks too much, right? Because we're at 36 minutes, and I think we're going to be on good time. So, yeah. So, Carla, now you have a wrench. What that means, Carla, is you can share your channel, and everybody else can share your channel. As long as you're cool, you'll keep the wrench. If you're not, we'll take them away. That's just how it goes. So as you can see, almost everybody has a wrench. If you don't have one and you show up, welcome to the channel. Yeah, there you go, Dusty. Share your stuff. There is a thing where you're supposed to go hashtag, exclamation point, hello. Is it exclamation hello? And it never works. Nightbot never does it correctly. But anyways, Erica, it's your turn. So the next one, we call him TJ Jazzy Jeff. Thomas Jefferson. He's number 3 on the mountain. Number 2, he's number 3 on the mountain. We love him to death.
My favorite kid from Hamilton.
Yeah. So TJ is number 3. So who's number 3 on your mountain today? On the best cheats, tips, tricks, whatever.
So I wasn't a big Doom person, but I was a big Duke Nukem 3D person. So I've got that as my number 3, which is the D&K Roz for the Invincible, D&K stuff where you get everything, and the D&K Scotty where you can warp to any level. Do you guys ever play Duke Nukem 3D on the PC?
Oh, very much so.
It's been a minute.
I was
very much so.
Way too young to be playing it, but I played the mess out of that game back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, a lot of people showing up. Hey Peter, hey Ludacris. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in.
Ludacris.
So yeah, Duke, I think I played this at my buddy Kevin's house. Now, if Kevin shows up, guy with all the games, his mom and dad were divorced. I've shared this story before, so I'm not like sharing all his business.
Mm-hmm.
His mom and dad were divorced, and they were kind of competing with each other on how much they could shower him with whatever he wanted. So he had all the games. He was the kid when we were little that just cursed and did whatever he wanted. My parents were like, you can't go over there. His parents don't do anything but just give him stuff. But I remember going over there and playing games like this, like Dooms and the Duke Nukems. And my parents would never let me have this. And we go over and we're like, you're blasting people. You're like, my parents would be like, what did you do today? And So I figured you were still in here. Oh, he dropped his whole list. So this is Andy. My top 4 before I got a lead. DK mode in GoldenEye 007, Secret Barrels in Donkey Kong Country, physics, and looking online to find templates to create my wrestling characters. Oh yeah, that's great. That. Yeah, I had Duke Nukem in the Game Boy. Says Tater. So you, Brandon, you a Duke Nukem guy?
I have actually never played a Duke Nukem game.
No
I,
way.
I know because I've seen like TikTok videos and stuff. Like I know pretty much the whole gist. And I've probably owned it a few times, and it was just one of those things that would just like get like I'm never gonna play this. Then I'd be like I'll buy this again. But yeah, I don't own a copy now, and I have never played it.
I mean, honestly, the best of them all is the original. The other ones, especially the last one, which took 10 years to come out, they're
Right.
all pretty much horrible. The
Yeah.
first one's the classic. It really is. I mean, you can get the
Yeah.
classic, I believe. The Switch, does it have it on the eShop? Somewhere I've seen it on one of the consoles, I swear.
Yeah.
Probably all of them. It could be. But
I saw a thing
it's-
not long ago. It was probably just one of those rumors you see on TV. Well, look, we just broke the 30. We might break the record tonight. 42 is the record. If you guys hang around, we might break the record tonight.
That's
So I do have some
crazy.
shout outs. Papa and Baby Bear, great channel. Guy and his son. It's kind of like a channel that he vlogs him and his life with his kid. And it's just an amazing, wholesome, great channel. Everybody go follow. They open packs. They rip cards and stuff. He is an awesome, awesome, awesome friend. And he is actually going to be on our channel soon. So,
Cool.
yeah, Papa, if you send me your email, I'll write it down before I get out of here so I don't forget to send you an email. So, anyways, yeah, Duke Nukem, the first one was the best. It definitely was. But I saw something not long ago. It was probably some fan art, but they were potentially making a movie for this.
They've been saying that forever now, like literally probably since the first one probably even came out, to be honest with you. But who knows? I mean, I don't even know if it'll even translate well, honestly. Plus, if you remember, the first one had a lot of 90s humor, a lot of callbacks to things that people now go, huh?
Mhm.
So, but
Here's-
I like it.
Look, if they make a Duke Nukem movie, I will not watch it. Did you see the Doom? That's a terrible movie.
yeah.
Terrible movie. I would never.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It didn't
So-
have The Rock in it.
The Rock was in it. He was like Semper Fi
Terrible.
in
Yeah.
effort. It's
Retro
so-
Snowman, I think this is for you, Picker. No Duke,
No Duke.
unfollows.
Dang it!
Dang it. Yeah,
Dang
I think
it.
that's for you.
And Retro Snowman was one of my favorites, and he's gone.
Hey, Papa, I can't wait. I'm happy and always a sports channel. Dude, it's awesome. Any cheat from NBA Jam, Patrick said. Patrick, thanks for being here, man. So, all right. So, now it's Picker's turn.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you're TJ Jazzy Jeff. You're number 3 on your mount.
My Jazzy J. Okay, so my number 3 is one of the ones that I said that I pretty much picked just because it made me laugh. On Jack 2 for the PS2, you could put in a code. Well, you had to get X amount of precursor orbs, but once you got that many, it would unlock a cheat. And one of the cheats was Big Head mode, and it's so stupid. But me and my little cousin would sit there and play this game together, and we would put it on Big Head mode and just go try to trigger cutscenes for missions and stuff. And we thought it was the funniest thing ever, just seeing Jack with a big head, like just talking to people. But then we would have to turn it off when we started actually playing the game, because they made his head so big that like it messed up your field of view. Like you couldn't see where your gun was aiming and stuff. So like we literally just used it to trigger cutscenes, and we thought it was so funny.
Yeah, so that's kind of what some of the folks are saying in here. NBA Jam, that was one of those NBA Jam codes.
Oh yeah,
a lot of those guys use the big head. That's a
I
fun.
think Tony Hawk had one too. Pro
Yeah,
Skater.
absolutely.
Pyro. Yeah.
Jack, I actually just started playing a lot of those older Jacks. Like I played the very first one when I was a kid. I think that you probably had it, but I didn't play like any of the sequels until like recently. And I mean, I started getting some PS2 games and stuff, and yeah, they're fun, man. I enjoy them. Big Head mode and NFL Blitz. Yep, that was on my list. It's in my Benjamins potentially. That as well as NBA Jam. But
Same
look,
company
Patrick,
made it. Yeah.
PCG says playing as Scorpion and Sub-Zero in NBA Jam, Bill Clinton and Al Gore was hilarious. Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. So, all right, Matt, you're up. What you got for number 3?
Number 3, franchise that I think a lot of people love, a lot of people know, and still relevant today. The Legend of Zelda for the NES, the first one. When you start the game and you put Zelda in as the name, you play basically what they call the second quest, which is essentially the dungeons reversed. It's a mirror image. But
Okay.
it's like a whole new game. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I love this so much that
Oh, sorry, I got excited.
we're on the same time because I'm next, and we can just talk about both of them together. But next, I was going to say this same exact code.
That's funny.
Here's the thing: I played this game this weekend for the first time in probably 20-ish years, because last week we talked about childhood games, and this was on it. And it's like, man, I got to go play it again for the first time forever. And I literally got all the way to Ganon. This is the complete truth. I was texting. Got all the way to Ganon with no tips, no tricks, no cheats, just going off of memory, I got all the heart containers, I got all the items, except what you get in the last dungeon. I didn't get the last ring, and then obviously the last Triforce. And I walked out the room, and I came back, and I played on the emulator, and I hit the wrong button, and it kicked me out, and I didn't save it.
Oh.
And I was so mad, and I went, all right, Zelda, and started playing the second quest. And I was like, I didn't beat Ganon, but I started playing the second quest as if I did. But yeah, I love this tip. What's cool about this one is a lot of kids accidentally figured it out, because you just what's your name going to be? Well, my name's going to be Zelda. And if you remember, most kids back in the day thought Link was Zelda.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still
So
people do today too, but yeah.
Named him Zelda, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait, what is this? I'm playing a different game. Do you guys remember that one down below?
Yeah.
That's older for some of you two guys, huh?
So I don't remember that one, but I will say, like, my adventure game like that I played the most was like Oblivion and Skyrim, and just thinking about replaying those games with the dungeons flipped, I think that would probably be so cool. I might see if there's a mod that does that, because that seems really interesting.
Yeah, like some of the items were like in different dungeons and things, or the items weren't. It was a whole new game, and it took me much longer to play the second quest because I didn't know exactly where they all were. I was like, man, I need some tips to find where the things are here. So that was mine, my second one as well. Hey, so look, we're halfway. Erica, were you gonna say something?
No, I said that. Awesome.
Yeah. So my dogs have decided to come and hang out in here. So if you hear them, they're wrestling and playing. So I apologize. And so let's do our half. This is halftime already. Let's see. Before we get to half, let me say hello to anybody else. I put probably 400 hours in Skyrim. Tater says Skyrim. So I love role-playing games. Andy hates them. Skyrim is one of the role-playing games I haven't really played though. None of the whole that whole space. But I would love them. I would definitely love them. So let's do some stuff. Now's the time. Is normally our halftime. So with that being said, thanks for being here, everybody in the chat, and just PNX. Thank you for being here. PNX, Pammy, and Javi, welcome to the show. They're going to be on next Tuesday. They're supposed to be the one on next week that's gotten postponed, and that's a great segue. So next week, guys, we will not have a show on Thursday, but the week after we will go Tuesday and Thursday. Pammy and Javi will be on that Tuesday show, and then we will do another show that Thursday. Both Andy and I are going to be at camp with our kids. We're both camp counselors, and we're going to be out there hanging out with our kids. We leave Sunday. I leave Sunday to drive down, and then I'll come back and pretty much drive straight to what the next thing I wanted to talk about is Siege. So, guys, if you're going to Siege, which is in Greenville, on 2 weekends from now, I guess. 2 weekends from now. I'll be out there with my son on the Sunday. I'll be out there Sunday. I know it's a smaller day. A lot of people go on the Saturday. Saturday, I will be at my son's tryout. He's got a tryout for baseball. So if we can get the tryout done in time and I can make my way out there, Siege is about an hour and a half from where I live. So I might be able to get the tryout done and then get out there. We might do some Saturday. Let me click back in here. I believe Brandon and you, or any of you, you're going to be Erica and I just see that announcement. Erica and Picker, you guys are going to be at Siege.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to Siege? Are you going to Siege? Do you know what Siege is, Dusty?
No, me, no. I didn't know. I'm like, did you decide to hear my name? I'm like, no.
Gaming Exchange in Greenville. So it's like a big convention. It's like one of the biggest on this side of the world as far as video games go. Actually, last year, that's where I met a bunch of the guys that jumped on in last January. That's where I met Square Pegs. That's where I met I had already known Pac-Man, but that's where I met Retro Wolf and all those guys. So this year we're going to go out. We're going to, hopefully we get to take some pictures and kind of do some shorts and film some side stuff and have some fun. We're going to be there on Sunday.
I remember seeing you there last year, but now I know you more.
Yeah. So me and my son were kind of just walking around, meeting folks, and Retro Cart Collector we walked around with a little bit. Him and RNG. Yeah. So we had a good time, man. So yeah, Siege is the YouTuber overload.
That's where I met Eric.
Also, I need to go hug Bryce's neck. Bryce has been a part of our community for so long. Since then,
Bryce JW. Yeah, he's the coolest.
Yeah, man, we love Bryce. He was on the show a couple weeks ago as well.
Yeah,
so we got to go and do that. Cool shirt, Kurt. Yeah, that's my guy, man. He's on my Rushmore, but not my number one. Barry's in the house. But let me say a couple other things real quick. Let me pull up. Vincent found really cheap AC adapters at Siege last year, is what PNX says. So the next thing I want to share is, speaking of conventions, and we're going to be at the Augusta Video Game Retro in a couple weeks, March. But before then, our next one that we're going to be at, obviously Siege, we're just going to kind of hang out and visit. But the next one we are actually a panelist and a part of. It's going to be Louisiana RetroCon, and that is the first week of August. Davey Lusko runs a great convention down here in the Louisiana area, and he's been running it for about 4 years. We've been a part of it every single time except the first two. And he's invited us to be on. We are kind of the MCs of the show. We walk around and interview vendors. We walk around and do all kinds of fun stuff. We give away giveaways from each person. But my favorite thing is this right here. As you can see, nerd in the word. Andy and I are both youth pastors. We're both children's pastors. We're both ministers in ministry, and we do, go around to these places. And Davey, along with a couple other people, have invited us and asked us to join in. Oh, you guys love that? Have asked us to come and join in and be a part by doing more than that. So what happens is every Sunday, they've asked us to do what we call Nerd in the Word or Reboot. If you're a Christian, you know that we all need to be born again. And to be a way of being born again is kind of restart. In the nerdy world, we call it the Reboot. So Reboot, the unconventional ministry, we come in and we actually do a nerd church service at the convention and hang out with people that don't get to go to their church because they're out buying video games or comic books or whatever. And we usually gear it towards whatever the theme is. So this year, Louisiana RetroCon, the theme is Mario. So the message will be on Mario. So that's our next time you can see us, which is this. The first week of August in Gonzales, Louisiana. We're going to be at a couple more conventions. We're going to be at St. Tammany Collectors Con in Mandeville in September. We're going to be at Pelicon also in the fall. And hopefully we're going to be at Cajun Con, which is one of the biggest conventions that's ever going to hit Louisiana. They have so many people coming. If you love wrestling and horror and all kinds of stuff, tons of people there. We're going to be a part of that, Cajun Con, and we're going to be a part of Expo, Augusta Video Game Expo. Guys, I see a ton of the message in the chat. I'll get to you in a second. One of the other things that I love to share, we're a part of this right here, Culture Box. And Culture Box is a bunch of Christian creators that have come together and just kind of hang out and help support each other. Sometimes they come on our show, sometimes we go on their show, but every time we have a show, we just want to shout out somebody in that space. And today we will hold on. Today it's crazy not having Andy here to do all this because he usually does this portion. So today we're going to shout out our good friends, and we will do our good friends Drew Dodgen and Jacob Herron over at the Cellcast. Check them out.
The Cellcast hosts Jacob and Drew review animated movies and TV shows, discussing what they appreciate about the medium in whatever form it takes, whether it's a traditional hand-drawn animated movie, claymation shorts, or a 3D CGI series. Check out some animated reviews when you subscribe to The Cellcast at thecellcast.podbean.com. And don't forget, Cell is spelled with a C and a single L at thecellcast.podbean.com.
All right, so you guys are going to see right now. Let's do this. We also have an official sponsor. We don't get anything from them, except you guys actually get from them if you type in the code and order some of the most amazing coffee. Check these guys out, our friends over at The Village.
Let's face it, at-home coffee can be pretty stale. Coffee at home doesn't have to be boring. The Village Coffee is here to deliver the flavor. The Village Coffee roasts coffee every week and sells online. Go to villagebeans.com to order your coffee today and use discount code Rushmore for free shipping.
Hey, religious fanboy, I'll get to you guys in a second. I do want to announce we have been getting some members, and there's some amazing people that have been gifting members. If you're a member, you get some cool emojis. Use them in the chat. If you're a Link member, you get all the emojis. You get to hang out. And if we ever do a member stream, which I think we want to just probably not do that, you'll get access to that. But if you are at a George level, you will get to be one of these amazing things that Andy made. So we have 3 at the George level. Let's play those right now. You get your own promo, and I just talked about him. Let's do it.
Bryce JW is a full-time content creator, collector, and streamer, spreading kindness one video at a time. From epic Geometry Dash runs and Nintendo streams to game hunting vlogs and podcasts, Bryce leads the Anime Armada, a welcoming, positive community for gamers and geeks of all kinds. No hate, just heart. Join the crew at youtube.com/@BryceJW.
Bryce JW. I saw some picker in that video.
Oh
So-
yeah, I like
Yeah. Bryce loves Arkansas picker. He's the South Carolina picker now.
it. He's a
So-
South Carolina picker, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, hey, look, meet our friend Zach. He was just on the show not long ago, and he's got an amazing channel too.
Zach, the Iowa Retro Gamer Dad, brings heart, honesty, and heat to retro gaming, collecting, and pack ripping with his son. From tackling addiction and mental health to calling out scalpers and celebrating nostalgia, this channel is where real talk meets real fun. Follow the journey at youtube.com/@Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. And also follow along on Instagram and Twitch.
one more amazing George member. Guys, don't go nowhere. We're about to be back. This is it.
Step into the shadows with Dark Links Gaming, a retro-fueled live stream experience where Zelda reigns, chaos is random, and every win or loss is part of the adventure. From Ocarina of Time rando runs to deep dives into retro and modern classics, this channel is built for die-hard fans who love the grind. Join Dark Links Gaming at youtube.com/@DarkLinksGaming and connect on Discord or Instagram @AdventDarkLink.
Stuff, guys. If you guys want to be a part of that, get your own little promo. It's in the membership chat, and that just helps us get to those amazing conventions and be able to do the stuff that we do. Thanks for being a part of the Summit Squad. Let's go and look at this real quick and catch up. So David says we're working with Bryce to come to Augusta. That's awesome. Bangs the Wolf is here. Hi, my pals, Picker and Erica. I hope you two and everyone is having a good night. Thanks for being here, Fangs.
Hey, Fangs.
And Erica says hello as well. Barry is talking. Oh, so Barry doesn't like Nightbot, and I made Nightbot a little nicer, so he's pointing to Nightbot. But that everybody can put your chat in your link in the chat and share it around. A lot of people just saying hello. Okay. Here we go. Dave, I know I saw this. I know you're doing a show and all, but if we have time, please pray for my wife's uncle. He has cancer and has decided to forego treatment. Hey, look, you know how we do it around here. Not everybody is Christian in the chat. Not everybody's Christian on the panel, but we are. And we kind of just reserve that right to be nice and love on people when they need it, man. And hopefully everybody can understand. So, Lord, we just come to you and say, pray for Dave's family, for his wife's uncle in these tough and troubled times. Give them peace, give them rest through their grieving process, Lord. Allow just great people to surround them and to just give those last moments in life the greatest time possible with the least amount of pain and the great amount of doctors. Lord, in Jesus' name, amen. Hey, man, we love you, man. Dave, thanks for being here. I can't wait for Siege next week. In fact, I have a little surprise tomorrow for everybody on social media. That's awesome. Religious fanboy, I'm glad you're here. You're never late, man. You're never late. Jay is my favorite gaming YouTuber. He is one of mine, too. Square Pegs, that's for you. Kind of just skipping down to catch up. So Robert is here. What's up? Waves and Game says he knows him. Bryce is amazing. Tater, good stuff. Oh, here we go. Blocky Kid, what's up, party people? And Tater says cancer sucks. Thoughts with you. Yeah, man. So let's get back to the show. And we're making good time. We got through the whole chat at an hour. That means we will be a good spot. So as you can see, Andy's the one that does all the talking. That's a complete lie. It's always me. So let's do this. So Erica, you're back up.
Yes.
And I don't know why Brandon's on there, but you're gonna get out of here.
We'll be fancy.
I was just
Yeah.
entertaining
So,
the people.
it's because I don't control the cameras. I don't control the camera. And does all that. Papa, Blocky Kid, what's up, bro? Sup, Miss Erica, Blocky Kid says. Blocky Kid's an awesome channel. If you haven't known, he plays games. So, yeah, go follow him. So,
Yes. My son's excited to hear his friend's name being said right now.
yeah. Blocky loves my son's channel, too. So, I love that. So, Retro Cannon, by the way, if y'all want to go follow him, he's cool. He goes through this book right here and plays video games for the first time. So, that's his channel. But,
Blocky, Silas says play games with him, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, Blocky said, "Oh my gosh, is that MXS retro?" Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, you're up, Erica, Miss MXS retro.
It's a mouthful.
What is your link? Now, we always love this when it comes up in video games. Link is for Lincoln, but it's kind of like a softball pitch. Great place to put Zelda. I almost put Zelda here, but it just couldn't be there. So, what is your number 2 on the map?
Okay. Oops.
Not me.
All right, my number two favorite, and I was really debating here because this is a game that is near and dear to my heart. I played it so much as a child. The Sims. I love The Sims with all of my heart and soul. The Rosebud, Kaching, Motherload to get all the money.
Rushmore.
So I wouldn't have to, work because I don't like jobs. So I don't like doing real jobs. So I would not work. I'd get all the money that way. And I would have the most decked out houses you would ever see in the Sims world. And that's that. I would just spend hours just designing these houses, and I had no friends. So I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, Sims walked so like Minecraft could run, right? So,
Exactly. I always tell the kids they always actually my kids tell me
and
that
Roblox and all those things.
I'm playing Sims 4 right now, and my kids are like, "You should play Minecraft," and I just can't bring myself to play Minecraft. But like, I just feel like I'm not hating on Minecraft because it clearly I've watched them play. I can't. I'll sit here and watch them play it for hours because it looks like an amazing game, but I just can't fully like commit myself because
So
start playing.
Square Pegs was on for overrated games, I believe. Correct me if I was wrong, Jay. I think you were on for overrated games. And Minecraft and again, overrated games doesn't mean they're bad games, but overrated games as an elementary teacher, as a dad with young kids, those are overrated to me when I watch how the craze is for what they're doing. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's fun for you, right? And they think our games are overrated, but it's not as a bad game. It's just not something like he's always like, Dad, can you help me beat this level in Roblox? And I'll play it for a little bit and I'll help him get by. And I'm like, here you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, those games, Sims though. I played the first one tremendously.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about this. This wasn't even on my radar. This code.
I pulled out all of my expansions.
Yeah. So I had that one right there. Yeah. So
I don't play. I don't play around. I love some Sims.
But I tell you, the game I love, which is kind of similar, is Sim City.
Oh, I love SimCity too. Yeah.
I would just die in a monotony of SimCity over and over again. But The Sims, it just never stuck. I played it a few times. I played it a lot actually, but it wasn't something that I did tremendously. What about you boys? You Sims guys?
I haven't played since the first one on the computer, to be honest with you. It's never my thing. Though I love the SimCity 2000 on the computer to death. So.
Oh yeah.
And see, I had SimCity 2000. That was one of the few actually computer games I bought then at that time. But I'm still a Super Nintendo, the first card person, man. I love that game so much. Yeah. SimCity is a classic. I never got into Sims all that much. SimCity's pretty cool. Fang's got a long thing. Here, hold on. I know that next week is extremely big since not only is Siege next week, but my brother's birthday is next weekend too. I probably have to get a Mega Man game for my brother since he likes playing Mega Man. Mega Man has always been on my list for greatest games, especially 2. So I'm right there with your brother there. So SimCity on NES, the SNES is so good. We need to do, Andy and I need to do the top 4 SNES games of all time this year because we haven't done it. And we've done a couple others, but SNES is one we've overlooked so far. And it's one of my favorite systems. And SimCity may squeeze its way somehow on that list, even though it's not one of the top 4 games of all time. I loved playing it so much. Picker, you a Sims guy? I heard you yell out Rushmore.
That was my number 2.
So wait, so it was your number 2?
It is.
It is your number 2. So we got to do this. Crushing on The Sims. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I this exact same thing. Like I was more obsessed with building the perfect house than I was with even playing the game. I would optimize it for like their mood, like focusing on their moods and stuff like that, and how many I would have, and like how many bathrooms I needed, and all that stuff. Like and I didn't even have the game. I did not own that game. It was my cousin's game. So like when I went to my cousin's house, like I would just put in Motherload and just obsess over this game, over building that house for a while. And then I got to play the game, and I was like, all right, it's all right.
Yeah. So this is of all the ones I thought we would crush, Sims was not on my bingo card today. But and that's great. That is awesome. That is awesome. So Matt, you're up, man. Siege. Yeah. Wait, I still have a bunch of Sims 2 expansions, Pets, Bon Voyage, Nightlife. Dave, you're gonna be at Siege Saturday. See, I'm just gonna be there Sunday, maybe Saturday. Maybe. We've got a big thing that day, so hopefully we can get there. We will see you at Siege Blocky. There is no way this kind of entertainment is free. Absolute legends on the show. Manny, can we count on you to be back on this show again? That's it, man. Manny was a great panelist. He was on with Steve.
Shout
He
out
was
to
on
Manny.
with Steve. So Saturn Steve. So yeah, man, we need you back on. So with that being said, we are booking right now. We have 1 sports left. We have about 5, maybe 4 food left, and we have 3 weeks of the video game set. So I think it's 9. So we have 6 weeks of video games left. So Bib Bob in the house, Fat Boy Raid. Man, Fat Boy is always coming in here and raiding. Thank you for being here, Fat Boy. All you guys, thank you. So, Matt, you're up. What is your link? 28 like hype. We need to get that higher than 28. There's 28 people in here right now. If you haven't hit the like button, go hit the like button.
Please do.
Executioner in the house. Missed TMG this year. I wouldn't mind checking out its seats on it. Executioner, you're new here. You don't have a wrench. That's how I know. And so, welcome to the Summit 12. So we're talking top 4 tips and tricks. Oh, we're at 32, 33, 40, 42 is the record, guys. Y'all gonna hang around and get us to 42? That'd be awesome. So, here's the deal. You're up, Matt. What is your link?
All right. So my link is another series that's still relevant today. This will be the first in the series as well. More of a Easter egg to a degree because it's going to be Metroid for the NES, the Justin Bailey code, which is one of 2 ways you can see Samus out of her armor, because nobody really, if you don't get that special ending, you don't know you can see that. And that would be the first time you actually do see. And a lot of people didn't know that was a woman originally either. So people were kind of like, huh? So it's kind of a cool Easter egg if you didn't know at the time. I mean, everybody knows now. It's not really a big secret, but
I'm going to be honest. I think this was a Nintendo Power thing to learn this code, if I remember correctly.
I'm positive
I remember putting it in, and I got the finish first, and at the end you see her, right? I never put 2 and 2 to get, like, for whatever it is that those were the same people. I was like, wait, what? Did I get some cool ending where it's a girl now? Like, and then when you put the Justin Bailey code and you actually play with her, and that was awesome. And I love this so much. It was my number 5 today. So this is my first Benjamin off the list. I definitely had this.
Me too.
There is a couple other codes that are available in the Metroid world, but this one,
Julius Caesar, I think it was. I think Julius Caesar was one.
Julius Caesar was one. Narpus Sword was one.
Justin Bailey's just the most synonymous one because of the fact that it really revealed that it was a woman and not people assumed it was a guy. It was like kind of bucking the norm back then. So it was kind of a revolutionary for its time, technically.
Manny,
for video games.
Manny, you let me know. We're looking any January or February Thursday, and you can bring on your boys. Anybody in your channel, whatever. We can get a couple people in here. Thursday, January or February. That's the any of you video game creators. If you want to be back on the show, January and February is video game months, and Thursday nights. So you let me know a Thursday that's available, and you're on, man. So yeah, come on, let's break the record. I love that. Julius Caesar is his number 2, actually. Now, remind me, Julius Caesar, is that the one where you get the wave gun to start? I know the Narpus sword, you start out like invincible, like you're like at the highest level.
Oh, God, it's been so long because
I don't
problem
remember
with
what
actually,
Julius Caesar actually gives you. What does it
can't
give
do
you,
it
David? Do
anymore.
you remember? I mean, you're typing it, so I'm assuming you
I think
remember.
it was something like a power up like that. I know because the problem is now if you play it on any of the modern systems that, well, particularly the Switch or Switch 2, they don't have the password system anymore on the online version of it because they just removed it. So you can't even do the Justin Bailey code unless you do it an original or an emulator version of the game. I don't even know if no, I don't think so. So yeah, it's not something you can really try unless you have an access to that, which is pretty cool.
Really cool. Really cool. All right, so do you guys like the Justin Bailey code?
I don't think I've ever used it.
Really? I mean, you're a little younger, so
Yeah.
Nintendo, like this was like prime Nintendo. I remember. So I was a Nintendo Power in the Mail guy. So mad when mom got rid of all those. I wish I still had them all. Matter of fact, Erica, I saw a video of yours not long ago. You had a whole like rack of all your Nintendo Power.
Wow.
Yeah. So
it's right over there.
I wish I still had some of those. I have some. I have this. I actually put this here. This is my original, all taped up, like all like falling apart. I have like the insert stuff, but I don't have the actual magazine. But I remember getting this. That's like a core memory unlocked, like getting in the mail and being like, and you get all the maps and stuff, and you're like, let's type this in and get this. That was such a fun thing, man.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know about Justin Bailey code, and I played and beat Metroid as a kid.
You learned something, right? It's great.
Metroid was probably the first game I ever, well, not the first game, but like probably top 5 game I beat. I remember kind of like them early years. That was one of the first ones. Tips and Tricks was my jam. Absolutely. All my old mags are in storage. I can't wait to bring them home soon. Yeah, I can't wait for you, Snowman. That is, I wish I could just, I had probably the very first issue all the way to the first, like, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years. Never missed one, and just, I mean, a stack. And I don't remember, my family just got rid of all of it, along with my toys and other things. By the way, Erica, are you going to do some game hunting in season? I know I will be doing some game hunting. I'm sure if she's going, she's going to hunt something.
For sure, yeah, I'll be hunting all 3
Legacy
days.
of Darkness is a game I need on my list.
Yeah, I'll be hunting for games all 3 days for sure.
Oh yeah, it's 3 days.
Is there a certain game we're all looking for? Just the best deal.
I just want, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
I got a few Dreamcast games that I need to pick up.
Still working on that? I remember you've been working on it for a while, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do watch your stuff, so that was proof right there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Are you going for full collection there?
Yeah.
So how far are you?
It's 247. I'm at like 180-ish.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
And I got quite a few of the heavies, but now I'm in the middle area where everything's like $50. There's like $2 games, then there's $500 games, and then there's so many like $50 games. Yeah, and that's where I'm at. So every time I buy some, I'm spending like $200 or $300 unless I'm just buying one.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm collecting PS2, but I am definitely not going for a full set. One of the reasons I chose PS2. One of the reasons I chose PS2 over everything else. A couple years ago, when my son decided he wanted to start playing games, I bought this emulator system that has everything from PS1 to like Pong on it. It's got like 30,000 games. So I'm like, I'm not going to collect any of those, at least unless I see like a gem that was like I had as a collection that I lost, the specific games in like Nintendo, Super Nintendo. But there are no PS2 games on there, and that was my favorite system. Yeah. So, and also, there are a lot of them, but a lot of them are very cheap because they're not They're not. They're disc games. There's just a bunch that are just shelfware, right? So, anyways, I decided to start collecting that just to give me more to kind of chase. But I'm definitely not going for a full set. No way.
Yeah, that's. I think Retro Wolf is, and I told him that he's a crazy person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just
He's going for a
American
full set of
PS2, I assume?
PS2.
Wow.
Man, that's like
Yeah. I
Crazy.
think he's doing USA releases, and he's not doing variants. So,
Big Money Bowman
Ah,
says,
it's
"Who's
crazy.
that Kane?" I mean, Lamo. Lamo.
Oh, he's
must
talking. He's
have-
talking about me. He's talking
Yeah,
about me.
Lamo must have been auto corrected to Kane. Yeah.
Yeah,
PNX
that's
says,
my
"I
vote.
love PS2 as a kid, but I didn't even scratch the surface of games as a kid."
No,
Yeah,
it's
I love going. That's where I got the new
Crazy.
jacks and stuff like that. So going through it is kind of fun. Hey, so I'm going here, and look, my number 1 and my number 2, they're interchangeable to me. I probably use them the most, both of them, and one of them. Well, they're both probably not very shocking, but I'm going to go with the George of probably codes, the one that started it all. I'm going with the Konami Code.
Oh, okay.
Which, if you know me, if you know me, you see I usually do the thumbnail, and I usually put something on the thumbnail that probably nobody's going to pick but should, kind of like a
Yeah.
Benjamin. And I usually do the music with something that maybe nobody will pick but should. And this time I did both Konami and this, because to me it's the most well known. I almost didn't put it on because it's so well known. It's like that's kind of boring. But here's the
Yeah.
thing: I used it not only for Contra, obviously to get the 30 lives, but Gradius was my game. Gradius 3. I played this game so much. I talked about it in Shmups. It was my George with Retro Rob was the Shmups channel that time. But the Konami Code, without that, I would have never beat Gradius 3, which is such a phenomenal game. And every time I mention Gradius 3, somebody says, "Have you played the new one that doesn't have the slowdown?" No, I have not. I wish I have. But Konami Code was so big, and it's transcended Konami. It's transcended video games. It is pop culture at its finest. There's shirts. There's whatever. There's YouTube channels named after this. There's so many things. Up, down, select. Up, down, down, left, right, BA, select, start. The whole thing is, and the thing is, I can go and say that to, as long as you are 30 something or older, right? And you mention the Konami Code, or you mention the up, down, left, right, people go, "Oh, I remember that. What's that from?" Even if they don't play video. So that's one of the reasons I had to mention it today. It has to be on here because I used it a lot. So many Konami games that I had. And also there's like a subversion of that, which is very similar with a different company that I use that same one. I'm not going to say it in case somebody else says it, but I probably will mention it in the Benjamins if it's not. So yeah, there's another company that had something very similar. It just wasn't as long and as extensive, but these were things for the developers to help beat the game and learn the game and see if it works. And so they got out, and it's now a part of pop culture history.
Oh yeah.
Konami Code, guys, what you think?
Oh yeah. I can't remember what game I used it on, but it was like a PlayStation 2 era game that would use it. But I remember telling my uncle about it, and my uncle was like, "Yeah, that's the Konami Code," and I was like, "Yeah," and like he remembered it from the Nintendo, and I'm like, I was talking about PS2 era, but he was like, "Yeah." It was something so random we connected on.
Peter was on the show not long ago. We did extreme sports movies. You've done so many of these shows, you kind of forget. But one of the things I remember, Waves of Games, he says the Ataris called up, down, left, right, left. Yeah, they had a song.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
just,
I
yeah.
loved it.
it's just
Yeah,
all about
Yeah.
pop
That's-
culture, right?
that's what I was gonna say. I love Target is one of my favorite bands. Yeah.
There's a toddler toy
Yeah,
game
there
controller
is.
that will
Yep.
play special sound if you put that in. That's
It's a
hilarious.
Fisher Price fake
It's
Game
all
Boy.
over. Yeah, I mean, there's websites I remember that had
All-
it. There's
All
other
stuff
games
I have
that
written
were-
down.
Yeah. So that's such good stuff. Has no one mentioned Super Mario Brothers 3? But not yet. But I'm
No.
have a feeling it's coming. We'll click that up. So this is the George. This is number 1. Man, and we're an hour and a half in. We're gonna finish right. We're gonna finish right at that 2-hour mark, like I said. So here's the deal. George, this is your favorite. This is the most used code you ever had. What is it, Erica? What is your most used? Like you
This
just
feels-
wore the controller out.
This feels so anticlimactic because you literally just said my number 1.
Oh, is it
I
a
know
Rushmore?
where. Yeah, I know where this is going.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. So I think we pretty much covered it. So yeah, I feel like that was the best. I thought we might crush more that one. So
Yeah, we're definitely. I figured somebody was going to say it.
Yeah. At the risk of saying it the same thing as someone else, I still put it as my number 1 because it's
yeah,
fun.
I mean, it should be number 1. I just didn't use it as much as my other one, and I didn't love all the games as much as the other game that I'm about to talk about.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Brandon? Picker. So she's already gone. We already talked about that one.
That was
What is
easy.
what's your number 1?
So my number 1, it's niche, but it's one of those that like I used it so much, and I wouldn't have been able to beat the game without them. But
And that's the key.
it's the passwords for Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Oh,
Dude, why didn't I even think about it? That's one of my
So it's my favorite. This is like one of my favorite games ever made, ever.
so
And when I was a kid, I didn't know the codes. I didn't know where to find the codes. So like I couldn't even tell you how many times I tried to beat the game without the codes, just doing a straight playthrough, leaving the system on, and I just couldn't do it. And I got a cheat book from Movie Gallery in my town, and it was like a rental store. But yeah. Whenever I just remember getting the passwords was like. I was like, this changes everything. I can skip the levels, and I know where this power up is, so I can just go straight to it. It just like opened up my world of this game. I was like, finally.
finally. Yeah.
Finally.
So good. I love the idea of like having a password that's finally become a part of your like your aura there. Like it's just like I got the password, right?
Yeah.
Those are such good things. This game is, to me, it's not underrated for the people that know it. To me, it's underrated that everybody should know it. This game is so fun. And it is very hard, especially if you don't like perfect the first like 15, 20. If you don't go perfect, you'll never get to the end because you just run out of stuff, run out of time. Such a great game. You guys like zombies?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I remember vividly playing that back on my Genesis when it was new. Good Lord. It was a good game. It really is. It's a classic, timeless.
I'm not gonna. So, I think it would probably. Well, I'll save that. But passwords are just a big deal. The passwords are just a big deal. Erica, did you play zombies?
Yes. Oh yeah. Me and my little brother used to play that game like crazy. We had a Super Nintendo first, and we didn't have it on Super Nintendo, but we were late to the Genesis, and that was one of the first games we got on the Genesis. And he and I just super laser focused, and we had the passwords for it too. The way we got passwords, we would go grocery shopping with my mom and get one of the password books, and we would bring we'd bring a pen with us, and we'd write them down on our arms and bring them home with
Oh
us.
my gosh. Yeah.
poor kids. We were poor kids. That's how poor
Yeah.
kids said it.
You couldn't even take a picture of it with your phone because
Yeah.
that wasn't even there
Not
yet.
back then. No.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So we would
Yeah.
like have only like 30 minutes, and we would be like, all right, we got to figure out any codes for this game. We had to get the Mortal Kombat codes, and
Yeah.
we'd like, hurry up and like write them all down on our arms and stuff. It was hilarious.
So let me give a little shout out. Manny is talking to Poetically Christian Gamer. PCG is going to be on the show again. He's been on once. He's going to be on again in sports. He's going to do the top 4 sports games of all time. That's the first week of sports when that launches. Square Pegs is going to be in sports too. He's doing logos. Manny just said he's going to jump back in during video games. Ludacris says, I recently got the limited run version of Zombies. Tater used
Exactly,
to love
Square
the
Pegs,
movie
exactly.
Gallery. Blocky, kind of skipping through to catch up. I love zombies, especially the ones from Resident Evil series. Koi Fish is going to be on the show in, he's one of the ones in January and February we're booking right now. Way to be here, man. Thanks for being here. Koi Fish is actually a member as well, and his video isn't out yet. Andy went to camp, so he'll have a video here soon. So shout out to Koi Fish. And last but not least, David says Movie Gallery was my jam, and Square Peg. Shout out to the kids writing things on their arms or their jeans in the magazine section of the grocery store because we couldn't afford magazines. Yeah. Bang says the first ever retro console I owned was the GameCube. I love playing Super Smash Brothers Melee. Yeah, this is a good one, man. I love this pick. All right, Matt, where you at, man?
Well, this is going to be my number one now. I'm going to do things a little differently in terms of how I'm presenting it, but it's definitely the most used code I've ever used when it came to at least, well, pretty much anything, because you can't use codes anymore because you can't do achievements and trophies, so that's kind of out of the water. But I'm going to read the code first, and most people may know this if you've played it, and that is ABACABB.
ABACABBB. Is that Capcom?
Nope. Mortal Kombat Genesis Blood Code.
Oh, the Blood Code.
Best version made for 16 bits. I played that game and 2 and every probably one since, and I fell in love with that game when I first saw it at my deli in the arcade stand-up they had. I was mesmerized, and I was thrilled that I had a Genesis.
Tater got it. Blood Code. My favorite. Tater got it. He said Blood Code. My favorite back in the early 90s, midway. Yeah. So I love this code because I had the Super Nintendo version. Obviously, I was a Super Nintendo guy. Genesis. I didn't get to play the Blood too much because Super Nintendo. But yeah, I was like, hey, yeah, and I was thinking it had to be a Genesis game, but I never played with the Genesis too much. That code to me was one of those that was not available. Right, because it's Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo was the for kids, right? We do what Nintendo don't, right? So, you guys did the Blood Code?
Oh yeah.
So
no sweat.
Duke Nukem, Blood, Doom, you name it, we're killing everybody.
Oh yeah.
So I was not a Mortal Kombat kid. I wasn't a fighting game kid at all. Like my I had buddies that played Smash. Oh yeah, that's the one the bad kids had.
Yeah,
right. I was a big Streets of Rage guy, but
but I
was a beat 'em ups guy, but I really wasn't a fighting game guy.
So we did beat 'em ups too. We did that with Blurdish and Black Nerd. He came on, and Streets of Rage was on a bunch of ours. That's a great game. But speaking of Mortal Kombat, if you guys go and jump over to PCG, Poetically Christian Gamer, yes, my number one as well. He goes through fighting games. He loves playing Mortal Kombat. I was over there watching him play Mortal Kombat DC the other day, tearing it up. So yeah, this is a good one. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't sure. I was like, man, what's he gonna say? I wonder if he's gonna say this code or my. But I'm gonna say mine now. And listen, one of my favorite. We're gonna do sports games coming up. PCG and this doesn't make my mountain, it's because I researched and found some other ones. This has got to be one of them. I'm going with this code, which is funny. It's all numbers. It's still stuck in my head. 007-373-5963. And that's because I put it in so many times. And that is
yeah.
Mike Tyson's password to go straight to Tyson and fight him. And listen, I've beaten that game probably 3 times in my life. I've put that code in a million times in my life. I mean, over and over and over and over. 007-373-5963. Matter of fact, so much so, I remember going, because the numbers scroll upwards and backwards. So 0 can go to 9 and vice versa. 9 can go to 0. So I remember going up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, down, down, and doing it exactly the right way and getting that code in and like that, right? 0, 0, 0. That's like click, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, up, and it's just stuck in my head, man. And I think I'll probably die knowing that code.
I've seen shirts. They make shirts with that on it. They can get a shirt.
As far as passwords go, that by far to me was my most used, my favorite, the best. Mike Tyson code. They also have other codes in that game to kind of get through different areas, but everybody wants the Tyson. The only problem with doing it that way, this is the last, doing it that way, you cannot lose or the game's over. Where if you fight through it with no losses, if you lose, you go back to Macho. Or you go back to Sandman, whatever. You go back and you can fight back up. But putting that code in, you die, you got to put the code in again, you got to put the code in again, and so on and so forth. Papa said, laugh out loud, that's my code for most of my passwords at work. That's hilarious. Wes, Mecha Otaku Gamer, I didn't see you come in there.
Oh, what's
Can't
up?
stay long. Hello. Welcome back. And Wes says hello. Thanks, Wes, for saying hello, or I would have missed it. This is what happens when it's just me out here. PNX said we both tried, but other people were just too good, or maybe talking about Mortal Kombat. Yeah. So what do you guys think about the Mike Tyson code?
It's timeless, honestly. And again, another one like that, because if you played it at all, most people or a friend of yours that played it knew it. And you probably said, let me try. And you got the snot beat out of you. And it was just horrible.
Mike was so hard. And he's still hard today. It's still hard today. Even though he gives away what he's going to do. And he's there. He's still hard. It's still it was a great final boss. And he wasn't impossible. But as a little kid, I'm like 8, right, playing him, and at that time it was at his height. He was like 33-0. He hadn't lost yet. He knocked a guy out who in the commercial knocked himself out with a piece of pizza. Like he's just everything. So you're like, it was just amazing to play him. So yeah, Mr. Dream, get it right. Well, yeah, I never played just Punch Out because I've always had Mike Tyson's Punch Out, and I still have my version down here, which I usually show off with my name on them and color it all in from when I was a kid. Cheaters. Owazrum will be on with PNX next Tuesday. Not this Tuesday coming up, but the next one. Owazrum is the other person joining in. Everybody, if you have a wrench, drop your channels in. Everybody go follow each other, support each other. Most of y'all are all video game guys. All great channels. And Owazrum, he's got a nice beard and mustache as well. So go follow him. All right, so that is my George. So we are almost done with this amazing show. But we have some we have to do our second part of the day is our honorable mentions. And we play a little game. We call it All About the Benjamins. Andy didn't give me any of the Benjamins, which is good. So this is how this game's played. If you're new here, let me just share it. So it is going to be, hey, thank you guys for all sharing your channels. I appreciate that tremendously. A couple things. One, if you're here, we are going to have a slide for all of us on Instagram to vote on. And you guys can go to our Instagram, which it's probably going to surface below soon. You can come to the Instagram or any of the other things, our Twitter, which I guess we should change to X, our Discord. Culture Box is all of our good friends. But you can go to our Instagram, and there will be where you can vote who has the best list tonight. But our lists aren't over. And the second thing is, if you come back and visit us throughout the week, it would be amazing if you left what your least favorite stuff was. So least favorite codes, least favorite passwords, stuff that just made you mad because they weren't right? And so you drop those in the chat. That would be amazing. So this is how the game is played. Erica, you're first. Brandon, Picker, you're second. Matt, third. Me. And then it's going to go backwards. Me, Matt, Picker, Erica, and then Erica, Picker, Matt, me. And then last but not least, fourth round. Erica, you got the last pick. You got the Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant of Cheap Tricks. And here's the fun thing is, we cannot mention anything that's already been on the show. And if you mention it now, it takes it off of our list. So there are a few more big dogs out there that are available. So by the way, we call it Benjamins for everybody that might be new here, because Benjamin Franklin was potentially the fifth guy off the mountain. And so what missed your Rushmore? What missed your mountain today? Erica, you're first. What is the first one that just missed all of our mountains? We got to have it.
One that I'm surprised that no one said, I thought it would be said, the Super Mario 64 glitch that you jump backwards up the steps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Andy was here. He'd be mad at you right now. He didn't mention it in his top four, but he's a 64 guy. He loves this game. I bet this is one of the cheats he would have had. I wasn't a big 64 guy because it was kind of in that space where I wasn't a little kid and I was trying to not at that moment. Like, I'm a senior-ish college, and this is just one of those systems that only my friends had. I remember I've mentioned it on the show. My first station was in New Mexico when I was in the Air Force, and the guy that was in the dorm across from me had the 64. So I'd go over there to play Smash, and then come back. He'd come over and we'd play, my PlayStation 2 and stuff. So didn't play a lot of 64. That's why it doesn't make my mountain. Best cheat code, Resident Evil, turn the knife to infinite rocket launcher. That is a great one. They keep finding glitches in that game. It's so crazy. Some of my favorites, Mojo Computer Reset in X-Men Genesis, the Beast Code in Vander Holyfield for the Genesis. Man, I'm trying to think of some more. Those are all good.
The X-Men one is
welcome
funny.
to the show, Authentic Finds. I think this might be your first time here. Welcome to the Summit Squad, and we're finishing up, but don't go. NASCAR 98 paintball code cheat was awesome. Authentic Finds, I'm sending you a wrench. Thanks for being here. So, awesome. So, who's next? Picker, you're up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This is the Benjamin. Didn't make it on. Literally, I moved it up and down from my Grand Theft Auto one because I was like, man, should I do it? Anyways, so in Fallout 3 is a glitch. Bethesda games riddled with glitches. There's dupes. There's you could stand in a bucket and then lift the bucket and you would lift up forever. Like, there was all kinds of crazy stuff. Anyways, one of them was a shortcut to part of the game in Rivet City. Before you go into Rivet City, which is one of the major cities, it's a boat. There's a hidden room under the boat where you could skip to this Doctor of Ascent. Anyways, there's a crack in the door, and if you wedge yourself in that crack, you'll fall through the floor into the water, and then you can swim to the door, the other side of the door, and unlock it. Which is super niche, is why I kind of ended up dropping it off. But I remember just like going to Rivet City and not even going in Rivet City and just going straight for that glitch to get to that part of the game real fast. But anyways, that's one of them.
I love. This is what makes our show so fun, is because niche is what we like. That's one of our few favorite words: nostalgia, iconic, niche. Because we kind of like have our own little worlds, and when it like unlocks core memories, and I love that. I was not a Fallout person. This is later in the video game cycle for me. I played up to like PS2, and then I missed out on a bunch of systems, and I'm coming back to visit. I play a lot of Switch now, but yeah, I never played any of the Fallouts, unfortunately. They were kind of after.
I have like 7 Fallout tattoos.
Yeah, man. But I love the show, and I love watching people play it online. That's for sure. All right, so Matt, you're up, man. What's your first bidding?
I got a good list going here, and I think one to give that nobody mentioned anything of is Metal Gear Solid 3 on the PlayStation 3.
Great game.
There's a boss called The End later in the game. He's a sniper who's very difficult. He's an old man with a parrot. You can defeat him without pretty much doing anything. And the trick is to set your game time and date a week ahead. And when you go back, he's dead. He died of old age, literally.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious. I have never heard this.
Yeah, it's one of those things that it's like the Mojo thing from X-Men, where you have to reset the computer. That was, you had to literally hit reset on the game system, and it didn't actually reset the game. It did it for the. It was one of those things. It's like try it and but I don't know who even figured that one out, because that's a Kojima game.
That is hilarious. Like who sat around and was like, "Hey, dude," I mean, you must have read it in a book or something. But
by then, PS3, yeah, I'm sure, internet.
Because a lot of these are like, I mean, how do you find it out? Like, it's just really hard.
Back when we were younger, pre-internet, I mean, I subscribed to 7,000 magazines, and that's really how we did it.
Trying to Game Monthly, Game Pro,
EGM,
Nintendo Power.
everything. Yeah, gee.
Hey, and since you're saying that, I'm going to bring it up, and I almost put it on my mountain, but honestly, the video game magazine is my next cheat. It's kind of a cheat to cheat it with it, but the collection of video game magazines I had was insane. And it was way more than just like looking at the next video games coming, but like for Nintendo Power, right? They pulled the Playboy, right? And you pulled out, every one of them got the centerfold spread, but there was a map on the back and a cool picture on the front. And I remember putting those all over my room. And again, that's why I ended up pulling this out, kind of anticlimactic. This is about the only Nintendo Power I have left. Some of these conventions, I walk by them and I'm like, yeah, I want that, but I'm not spending $100 for that magazine.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I wish I'm like hoping I'm like one of you guys. I roll up on a thrift store and there's just a pile of them, and I'm like, yeah, give me all those. But I mean, just the books alone, and then on top of that, it's kind of a twofold. My notebooks that I would write down my code, like just over it, like just books and books of things as a kid in codes is going to be my first one. And I get a back-to-back. My next one is actually kind of a segue. This is why I held it off, because I knew this was going to happen, is a specific piece of paper. This piece of paper, I actually found it Monday on accident. I thought this thing was gone. And I rolled up on it, going through some of this stuff. It was in a book, and I thought this thing was gone forever. So one of my favorite Nintendo games of all time is River City Ransom. Yes. And River City Ransom has the most insane, stupid password system of all games ever. You have to make sure it is long, and you have to make sure the capitals are right, the lowercase are right. It's 3 lines of garbage. Nothing makes sense. I played that game to 100%, got everything, and then after I beat it 100%, I played it to get my money to the max and all of the karma up and every single thing. And this is the code I got from that. And it's
ridiculous, yeah. I remember
ridiculous.
that.
that read in 8-year-old handwriting, 12-year-old handwriting
Wow.
is the actual look, coffee stain on it or something. This piece of paper was the code. And here's the thing. I put it in just the other day and went and beat the game in about 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Ran to the end, took the guy out with max everything, and I was like, what I love most about this code is I got this code. Somebody didn't give it to me. I built this one. And so and then it's funny, it's like the money's all the way, and this is telling you what to do on how, like I wrote down how to do it as a kid. And like, hey, you need to do this and this and this and this and this. So this piece of paper is just like this. I want to frame this for my game room when I get old. Like, it's just cool, man. I love it.
That's cool.
So that's gonna be my 2 picks.
How many times did you lose passwords you wrote down so carefully, but yet they didn't work, and then you were out of luck? I've done that numerous times back in the day on games that were passworded like that were just obnoxious, and you're like, careful, and then you're like, it doesn't work.
It was folded up like this, right? Well, I can't even refold it like it was, and it was inside one of these magazines over here, and it just fell out, and I was like,
wow.
Oh, perfect timing. I've been looking for that code
seriously.
So anyways, Dark Link in the house. Dark Link, you missed the video. I'll play it again in the end. I'll play it again later for you. The video for your promo. We played a little while ago. P-Merc, welcome here. So some of you guys are over actually on Picker's channel, and that's cool. Stay over there. So I can't, if you're over on Picker's channel, I can't give you a wrench, and that's okay. I'm not telling you to come over. So that's why I haven't sent you one. If the one that said NASCAR up here, Authentic Finds, is that it? Yeah. It's because I haven't sent you one because you're on the other side. That's okay. I'll go back and check it out. I'll play it in a minute again. All right, so we're going back the other direction. Matt. It's Matt, Picker, and Erica. You're up. Okay, so Matt, go.
God, I got some good ones and some not so weird ones, but I'm gonna let's go with something similar to the last one I just did, but not quite. The original Silent Hill on the PS1, the final boss. If you go into the final boss with no ammo, he just dies. You win. Yeah, you're like weaponless and you have no ammo. That's it. He just dies. It's another one of those Konami games, of course, and you're like, how did they figure these out, right?
Yeah.
Konami love their little Easter eggs and codes. I'll tell you that, man. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, I just realized, Dark Link, all these people are coming in because of you. You rate it. Thank you so much.
Bryce JW's here.
Bryce JW, I played your video for the first time today, too.
Yeah,
I'll play it again later. All right, so thanks for being here. So, all right. Picker, you're up.
So, Super Mario World.
Yeah.
The first ghost castle.
Yeah.
There's a secret entrance in the beginning. You fly up, and then it goes to a secret room above the castle, and it was slow going, but you could get a Yoshi, a tail, and 1-up there. And I would always max out my 1-ups to 99, and you had to go into it, get the 1-up, then walk out of the screen. And then it goes back to the world map, and you had to go into it, get it, go out of the screen. And I would do that 100 times to get 100 lives.
Rinse and repeat.
I remember getting these and thinking, okay, now I can beat the game, because this is always available.
Yeah. And if I lost my Yoshi and I really wanted a Yoshi, you could go back and get a Yoshi. It was pretty convenient. My stepmom showed me that, actually.
Lord Samurai Roland says this guy steals from grannies.
I stole from one granny, okay, and everybody talks about it.
Okay, so that is an amazing one. That one was on my list, a much longer list, but I had some Super Mario World stuff on here. All right, Erica, you get back-to-back picks.
Back-to-back, okay. Let's see. I'll do a fun one. Halo 2, the super jump.
Oh,
Do you guys know?
oh,
You guys know the super jump, like the crouch glitch that they had, or if you
Right.
crouched up and made it weird, you could just launch yourself up. If you just pick people off. If you're doing multiplayer, that was always fun back in the day.
Wes
let's
says
see.
poor Granny.
Poor Granny.
Halo 2, that is a pop culture icon as well. A ton of people know this code or this glitch. So that's a good one. Love it.
Me and my husband, we used to have like LAN parties all the time, and we would that was just the fun to have on a Saturday night. So yeah.
Wait for Game says the super jump on Warlock was where it was at in Xbox Live.
Yes.
Perfect says that Granny had it coming. She knows what she did.
She knows. She knows.
She knows. Yoshi flies with any shell. Oh wait, that's a second part. That and then finding the star level and beating the star stage with the blue Yoshi, so you could always come back and get one, and then
Star
and
Road.
the rest of the game. Yeah. Great one, great pick. What's your second one? Starting the third round.
And just a generic one. Played a lot of Tony Hawk Pro Skater back in the day, getting the all levels, skates, whatever. Playing as Officer Dick. That was just like my jam. So
if you remember back, I'm not going to scroll all the way back, but Andy put one of the codes from Tony Hawk.
Oh, did he?
And I was like, what is TOHS? But he wanted to do THPS. And so Tony Hawk was his code, and I think he put in.
Oh no! Did I mess up? Oops.
No, you're
Wait,
good. You're
cool.
good. No.
He did Tony Hawk
the big head one or
Okay,
whatever.
cool. Okay, Tony Hawk 2. Cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my brother used to play so much Tony Hawk Pro Skater, PS1, and we wanted to be able to just have everything.
Oh yeah, he mentioned moon physics. That's what it was. Moon physics.
Moon physics, yeah. We like to do the balance too, so you could just grind and get all the points you could, because that was like the best way to do it, was just to have like the balance of the grind.
So I'm not a 64 guy, but Andy just bought this game. I bet he needs to know that, Manny. The Master Cheat in Turok 64. It unlocks everything. So, all right. So, Picker, you're up. Third round.
So, third round is Benjamin. It is another Fallout 3, but it's not just Fallout 3. It's a lot of PC games, but it's a free camera. Pulling up a command console command and doing free camera. I like to take screenshots. I'm a big screenshot guy. I love a game with a photo mode. And Fallout 3 didn't have that unless you had a mod, which I don't even know if they had a mod for it. But anyways, so you would go free camera to take some cool pictures. And I played Fallout 3 for the first time on PS3, and that's whenever I was really young. I didn't get a PC until I was like 23 or 24, so I didn't get Fallout mods until I had already been playing the game for years, and it like just totally changed everything, made me fall in love with the game all over again. But yeah, free camera and just about any game I can take a picture in, cool screenshots in.
Dude, that is awesome. That is really cool. I'm not a Fallout guy, so I don't know this one as well. Matt, you know this one?
Yeah, I've been pretty deep in the Fallout for a while, and the Bethesda games in general are like this in terms of issues and problems and everything.
Spartans in the house. What up? He says he's playing Diablo 2. Bryce says Fallout's amazing. I might have missed some things when I stepped away. I wanted to get something dusty. Nope, we're good. So, Matt, you're up, and then me, I get 2.
I want to do something maybe a little bit different because it's 3 games, but it might as well be 3 games because they're all basically one and the same technically. It's a trilogy. Pretty hard to figure out if I'm not wearing a shirt. But the Super Star Wars trilogy on the Super Nintendo, every single one of them was punishing, and they got worse as they got through the 3 of the trilogy. So they had a debug and an invincibility mode. So, people, it was psychotic how hard it was at some point, degrees in those games. Great games. Spectacular, probably the best of that era, but punishing. So
Nice. Those were hard games, and I definitely needed something to help for sure.
yeah.
So my next two, one, the reason I was kind of being more specific to kind of show off some things today in the second half. But I used to get these in the mail, and there's my old address all worn off right there. But number 3 is going to be actually my old Game Genie, right? And
Okay,
so Game Genie, the codes, and you can order the updates. And let's see if I can get it to come in. Barely, but there's my old address right there from when I was a kid.
See if you want to.
And just like having this brings back so much nostalgia and memory. I know, like, one of the reasons we all collect, right, is the nostalgia. But like going, wait, that actually, like, this isn't something I bought from a convention. This is mine.
Yeah.
And it's hung around for 40 years. That's crazy. And we do that all the time. Like, there's certain things that are really good to us. And having this, man, I was like the coolest kid on the block. Oh, can I borrow your Game Genie, dude? Can I borrow it? And since then, I picked up one at a convention, the Super Nintendo version.
Yeah.
But I had the Game Action Replay, and a couple other things. But that's going to be my first one. And then my last one is very specific. I knew nobody was going to mention this today. And Dusty, I believe, weren't you in the chat yesterday? And I said, or last week, and I said I was going to mention this. Talk about baseball stars. So there is, you might have been. So there is my favorite baseball game of all time, Baseball Star. Nintendo. It's very niche. If you know this game, you know how great it is. One of the cool things about Baseball Stars is it's one of the first games where you could build your own character, build your own team, start your own stuff, and they gave you some limited options. Now, what would happen is, as a kid, I did this all myself. Again, this is like that River City Ransom Code. This is why it's so important to me. I learned how to build the best team you could possibly build in the game. Now you'd think, oh, what's the big deal about that? Well, this is the tip or the trick of it. When you got a game, when you got a team, what it would do is it would assign you 5 pitchers, 5 bench players, and 9 people in your lineup. So it gave you like 19 people or 20 people. But here's the thing: each one of them had a max that you could get of points. And when you got enough points, it's like somebody could have 75 points. You had to figure out to put the 75 wherever you wanted. Well, if you spent the painstaking amount of time and built enough teams, right? Every certain amount of teams, there was a pattern that you went by. When you built the team, the number 4-hole hitter would have a 90 max. So you would fire him immediately, which got his salary to nothing. It seems like a lot, but you would get his salary to nothing, and then you would take this new team's 20,000 and spend it all on prestige, which is how you make more money. And then you would trade that guy over to your team and fill out your whole roster with 90. Now, the other second part about that is the pitchers couldn't get 90. The highest they could get was 84. And they had a pitching side and a hitting side. Now, on the hitting side, you would do all of that, but don't give the prestige the same exact way. Don't give prestige to them because prestige was on backside. What you wanted to do for the pitchers is you wanted to go to you wanted to fire them, and then you wanted to go to their hitting side and max out their power and their base hitting first. After that, when you powered the prestige up, their max would go up to 90. And it was the glitch that we ended up finding as kids. We battled to where basically your whole team was invincible, and we'd play another whole team that's invincible. And it would take months to do this. And I remember, like, this is sleepover game time, us just playing this game, figuring it out. Very niche, but very nostalgic. How to build your greatest team possible in Baseball Stars. And then you'd play a 162 game league, and it was amazing. Yeah. So that is going to be my last one.
Wow.
Yeah. So Matt, you're up.
All right. So I guess we end on a fairly easy one. Sonic the Hedgehog, the original for Sega
Yeah.
Genesis. Level select. Simple. You know.
Level select is super important. Then I remember learning that and being like, man, this game is brutal and it's long. You know, as a kid.
It did get hard towards the end. It does. Yeah, I remember.
Well, Brandon had to step away for a second, and so he'll be right back. So you might end up picking his last pick, but that's okay, Erica. You get to pick. And
You want me to go ahead?
Yeah, you just go ahead.
All right. A lot of the stuff that I had written down, you guys had already picked for my stuff, so I'm kind of like scraping the bottom of the barrel here. So I'll just say for my last one, another game. A lot of my like nostalgia games are games that my brother and I played together. So there's another one my brother and I played together, Twisted Metal, PS1, and it's just doing the invincibility, the unlimited ammo, and the turbo, doing the unlimited turbo. And I always liked when you put it in, it was like in the speedometer. So like you would type in the thing and it looked like you were like putting in this, how much mileage in the speedometer with your thing. And I don't know. So,
yeah, that brings me back.
Yeah. And they always had really good music on there. Like I always loved games with good music. So yeah.
Well, hopefully, did anyone pick God Mode from Doom 2 yet? No, Brandon Picker's about to pick that right now, I guess. But he'll be back in a second. And before he gets back and does his last pick, because he'll do one more pick, since you guys are here, Erica, Matt, thank you so much for being on our show. Everybody in the chat, thank you for being here. We are go live every Thursday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. We are in nostalgia right now. And I'm going to play this. Well, Animation Abby, welcome. It's been a while. Good to see you. Tell your dad hello. So, anyways, back to, we have a video. This is what's all coming up soon. And I'll play this, hopefully giving a little time for Picker to get back. Yeah, so that's going to be our next few shows coming up. Oaz Room and PNX will be on next Tuesday. We're doing nostalgia triggers. So what triggers nostalgia? By the way, we always let our guests pick. If you want to be on, you're welcome to come and join. You will pick a show, and that show that you pick will if you want to be in video games, you pick the topic. So like, for instance, we need to do top 4 Super Nintendo games. We need to do a bunch of other stuff. There's so many. it's endless, right? We haven't done platformers yet. There's so much. So you get to pick the topic. And so nostalgia triggers was what PNX and Owazram came up with. Hey, so
I'm back.
you're back from outer space. Hey, so look, real quick, what is your last Benjamin?
My last Benjamin is Guitar Hero and Rock Band, but unlock all the songs because I was pretty good at beating that campaign and unlocking all those songs, but there were some challenge songs that you couldn't get down later, and I was just like even if I'd beat the games and earn most of the songs, but then the other songs I'd just be like, all right, just unlock them because I don't want to deal with all this. But yeah, and especially for a party, like if you don't have everything unlocked yet, and then a bunch of people come over, you might as well just unlock everything so y'all got more variety. You can have more fun.
That is also a one we have to do is best party games. So we're doing sleepover games coming up, but like playing Waves and Games is here. He's doing actually a challenge if you're video game guys on playing Wii Golf and who can have the best score on Wii Golf. But like those games were all fun to play in parties. Mario Party, Mario Kart. But yeah, Guitar Hero, we talked about it. We actually had a whole Guitar Hero songs, which one are the best ones, show this year.
Yeah.
So next Tuesday, we're off next week, guys. So the Tuesday after next will be a Wazroom and PNX Nostalgia Triggers. And then that same Thursday, 2 back-to-back, we will have our buddies from Culture Box, a new Culture Box friend, Nathan Marchand, along with Cellcast, which is the guys I just showed. We're going to do Henshin Heroes. Again, they pick. So Henshin Heroes are basically people that transform, a lot of like Power Ranger stuff, right? So that is
Power Rangers. What's up?
There we go. So hopefully everybody comes back and visits next week. Go to all of our socials. We're almost to 1,500 on Instagram. We're almost to 1,000 on both Facebooks. Come join us in the Discord. Discord is one way that you can jump in and kind of, if you have prayer requests or whatever. If you want to be on the show, DM us on Instagram's the best way. And we're booking now. So thanks for being on the show. Oh, before we get out of here, let me do 2 things. One, I want you guys to give your channels again. But before you do, Bryce, you're still here. You haven't seen it yet. Let me share real quick Bryce's video.
Bryce JW is a full-time content creator, collector, and streamer, spreading kindness one video at a time. From epic geometry dash runs and Nintendo streams to game hunting vlogs and podcasts, Bryce leads the Anime Armada, a welcoming, positive community for gamers and geeks of all kinds. No hate, just heart. Join the crew at youtube.com/@BryceJW.
And one more, because Dark Link, you didn't get to see it earlier, and you haven't seen it yet. Bryce actually has seen this. Dark Link, and then we're going to tell everybody good night. Don't go nowhere, guys.
Step into the shadows with Dark Link's Gaming, a retro-fueled live stream experience where Zelda reigns, chaos is random, and every win or loss is part of the adventure. From Ocarina of Time rando runs to deep dives into retro and modern classics, this channel is built for die-hard fans who love the grind. Join Dark Links Gaming at youtube.com/@DarkLinksGaming and connect on Discord or Instagram @AdventDarkLink.
Well, there you go, Dark Link. That is for you. Thank you guys for all being members and joining in. And before we head out, Erica, tell everybody what you got coming up. What are some things that they can look forward to if they showed up at your channel, and just share with them why they should come in. The Summit Squad should come visit you.
So I'm going to be at Siege next week. So if you're out there, please say hi to me. I love meeting people and getting to know people in the community. Last year was really awesome. I met so many people last year. It was kind of overwhelming. So I'm really excited and hyped to meet people. I've been trying to.
I met him at Siege too. I met Square Pegs at Siege. Siege is so fun, dude.
This last year was my second time there. The first year I kind of like met a few people, and then last year I just went full head first in and met a bunch of people. It's so fun. It's like it is the place to be, guys. You got to go there, seriously. I'm trying to make more long form content. I've made a few long videos on YouTube now, so you can check me out on YouTube, see what I've got a lot of crazy deals recently. I got to film the videos, edit them and stuff. They are coming soon. And other than that, I am on Instagram and TikTok, MXS Retro on everything. But yeah, I'm trying to really focus on YouTube. I have neglected it, so that is my focus for the rest of the year. So check me out on there, guys.
Perfect. And switching on over, Picker, what about you?
I just opened a store in my town. It's in Benton, Arkansas. Picker's Retro Games and Gear. So that's been really fun. Besides that, I got Siege coming up. I cannot wait for Siege. Siege is my favorite show of the year, and this is my first year vending. So for 3 days, I get to sell stuff, which is gonna be an experience. And just check out my YouTube channel, Arkansas Picker. I like the thrift stuff. I go out and thrift at flea markets, pawn shops, outdoor flea markets, yard sales, a lot of yard sales, estate sales, stuff like that. But
Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome. Hey, everybody go put your channels again. There's always new people. Drop your channel. All right. So, and last, Dusty, Matt, what are you doing now? I saw you've been streaming a lot lately. Awesome.
Yeah, I just I did a full playthrough of the Death Stranding 2 on the beach on the PlayStation 5. A phenomenal game. Kojima, not Konami, his own production, obviously. And I'm just trying to figure out what's next on the roadmap. I got a lot of stuff going on. A lot of new Pokemon stuff was announced. Like a Switch 2 games that are approaching, like Donkey Kong Bonanza. So there's going to be some stuff coming up, and there always will be. Movies, TV, whatever. That's what I'm trying to do the best at. So just I'm Dusty Flotilla everywhere, literally everywhere. So you can find me on YouTube and everywhere on that. So I appreciate it. Thanks again.
Listen, I can't say this anymore. When Andy and I first started this, and Andy's in the chat, I love Andy's comment as well. He loves that voice for those commercials. That was Andy talking. We never thought anybody would watch, right? That's the YouTube idea. We're like, I'll do this, but nobody's watching. Then when people started to pick up, it's like, it's only going to be friends. Finding a community of people, of complete strangers, that you can become friends over pieces of junk that's going to collect dust, over old nostalgia, over just old stories. It is like our therapy. We love it. We love being here. We love the community. We love seeing every one of you guys. And I just want to say thank you for being here. Don't be strangers. If you're not on the show, guys, come and visit and always hang out in the chat. It's like this all the time. We will see you guys at Siege. And see you next week. Not next week, 2 weeks from now, like Tuesday. So next week, Andy and I are at camp. So don't come hanging out Thursday. Go vote who has the best tonight. And also go follow all their channels and support everybody. We love you guys to death. This is the time where I would say, Andy, you know what we're supposed to do? And Andy would say, well, guys, thanks for being here. It's awesome. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Bryce, we love you. Thank you, Dark Link and Dusty and the whole list. I would take here a whole another 2 hours to go back and say hello to everybody. Make sure you hit the like, the sub, and all that stuff if you enjoyed it. This is the Rushmore Show, where it's all about your top four.
And nothing more.
Nothing more.
Nothing more. Peace.
Nothing more.